A government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from earth. This was a quote by Abraham Lincoln, which was an Aquarius. Hi, I'm Karina, your Healings Arts Astrologer, and I'm here to give you the new moon in Aquarius report. The new moon is really heralding in the new Chinese New Year of the wood dragon. This is happening at 20 degrees of Aquarius at 2:58 February 9th, 2:58 p.m. February 9th. Thanks for liking, subscribing, and sharing my videos. Just to let you know, in the top right corner of this video is a settings button. You can go playback speed, and you can speed me up if I'm talking too slow, or you can slow me down if I'm talking too fast. So enjoy the video, guys. And in comes this wood dragon, which is yang energy. It's ancient energy that has been suppressed and hidden, and it's coming up and out. And if you know a dragon, which I do, I'm very close. I was raised by a dragon, which is my grandmother. And this dragon is yang energy of action, growth, personal growth, creating stability within our personal lives, empowered abundance and transformation. The North Node is also triggering Mars of action as it moves through Aries. Action and independence within the group is supported at this time. Aquarius is a fixed air sign. I know a lot of people think it's water, but it's the water bearer. The fixed signs squarely, there's 4 of them, they squarely make it very stable and solid. And that is Taurus, the bull, which is the earth, then Leo, the lion, which is creative fire, and Scorpio, which is the eagle of water, and Aquarius, which is a human. So there's one other like human, and that's a Virgo, right? She's the virgin. Now the rulers of these 2 signs, one being Mercury and one being Uranus, they're essentially the same thing, but Uranus is a higher octave of Mercury. So Virgo and Aquarius are the humans, right? One is the healer and the virgin, and the other one is, it's the water bearer. So it holds in the emotions for the collective. It feels humanity within its own being, and it hurts them dearly. They care so much about humanity, but it's the individuals that they hate, because Aquariuses don't ever feel like they really fit in. This is also the new moon that is asking us to embrace our individuality, to embrace our uniqueness. As Pluto is now in Aquarius, this is the first new moon with Pluto being in Aquarius. And that is going to change the dynamics of this new moon. This is a new moon of transformation and growth. And we're already feeling that in our relationships, because Aquarius is the 11th house. 11 signifies partnership and relationship, which is the Leo's partnership and relationship. But the 11 is a 1 and a 1. It's balancing the masculine and the feminine energy, and it's creating something. I really feel that being authentic and speaking our truth is very important, as long as you say the truth in a gentle and beautiful way, being honest to yourself and others. The test to speech in Buddhism is asking the questions before speaking. Is this true? Is it helpful? Is this the right time? Will all parties benefit? Speak to reduce suffering. The Buddha's right of speech is abstaining from false speech, abstaining from malicious speech, from harsh speech, from idle chatter. This is called right speech. And what is wrong speech? False speech, malicious speech, harsh speech, and gossip. This is wrong speech. I'm going to get my tea because my throat is dry. I've been moving through a lot of energy myself, as this was just my full moon, and now I'm speaking of my new moon while I'm in middle of this transit. So yes, I'm feeling it. And it's raining a freaking river outside. This is sleepy tea. Like I said, Aquarius is a fixed air, and it's opposite of Leo. Aquarius is known for their intellect. They are a human, like a humanitarian. They like to connect to others and people. However, emotionally, they detach, and they have this energy of detachment, which is very like independent. However, it could be read as cold. They're very inventive and future forward, charitable and authentic and unique. There is a trine to the South Node in Libra during this new moon. And Libra is about partnerships as well. This is really taking a look at our relationships. It's asking that we come together in our partnerships, our relationships, our friendships, our groups, and our social circles, and create a future to plan to save this world from the corruption that has been in power for a very long time. Pluto and Aquarius will be weeding out the bad, weeding out the things that are no longer serving us in our relationships. As the old systems and the rulers have been fighting to stay in power, as the collective has been awakening to the illusions of the old Piscean age of Pluto and Pisces, the collective is awakening to these illusions. And we need to come together and rise up and resist things that we don't believe in. If they are not in our value, we are not to support it. How do we do this? We stop supporting these companies and the corporations that are not in alignment with our values. Stop supporting these places with your money. For example, if you don't support the war, don't fund or support the companies that are funding the war. And those could be found online. This new moon is square to Uranus. So there is a lot of change that is being felt, and there is a buildup. The frustration could be building, as we might not know exactly what that shift or that change is, but we know it's coming. We can feel this anxious energy of change because Uranus rules the nervous system, and unexpected changes and shifts. We could have and experience rapid mood swings. We will not be wanting boring, repetitive routines this week, or anyone telling us what to do. Arguments can move from 0 to 100 real quick. So be mindful not to discuss touchy topics, as violence could arise unexpectedly and out of the blue. We will want our freedom, so give your relationship some space. Mars and Venus are conjunct in Capricorn. The masculine and the feminine are merging their energies. and this earth sign of stability and hard work, but it's also sensual. And we are desiring like to come together and like be authentic and real and really build something in this world together with your partner, whether that's with your masculine or with your feminine. We are becoming more practical in our dealings and relationships. We may be driven for passion in our lives, but also very cautious about who we're getting passionate about or giving our affections to just anyone. We could be looking at our relationships more seriously now, asking, is this a good investment of my time and energy? Are these relationships okay for me? Are they going to give back? Not just romantically, but also our friendships. Now, Mars, Venus is in square to the North and South node. The South and the North node are being triggered, looking at the past and the path before us. We are releasing fears, okay, and anxieties of the past. That's the South node, especially in the area of our relationships. And what areas of our life that we are being held back from moving into the future, thought patterns, people, situations. The North node wants us to go at things alone if we need to, and not have fears around standing alone if that means standing for what we believe in and our values. The South node is looking at our relationships, like which ones do we need to let go of and which ones do we want to keep. So Mars is applying to Pluto. Pluto is ruler is Mars, and Aries ruler is Mars. So Scorpio and Aries both share the same ruler of Mars, and Scorpio is Pluto and Mars. So this conjunction, this could be a blast of energy in this area of your life. And it's transformation. It's very accelerated transformation. It's like you wake up and you are just like a brand new person, and you just like, okay, but it's been a long time coming, but it just finally clicks. If you need the energy and the strength to get something taken care of, maybe that you've been avoiding at this time, it's time to tackle it. You'll have that courage and that drive and that warrior energy to get things done or even fight for a cause that you believe in. Saturn Pisces in Pisces is sextile to Jupiter. This is a good, nice aspect. It's this Pisces and this Taurus energy. This is supportive for the things of the old world, and the past self is trashing away. And the luckiest planet solidifying our new values and self-love that we have been working on. So self-value and self-love is aligning your life to be just that, giving back. And filling your own cup so you're not draining. You're not being drained. You got to fill your cup up, and whatever is spilling over can then go to the people around you. But if you have nothing to give, then you need to really work on filling your own cup through self-care, rest, and a meditation. Some self-love rituals. Do you love what you do for a living? Does your partner treat you right and make you happy? Do you feel good after the meal that you just ate? Do you feel good in your clothes? Are you safe and comfortable in your home? Do you make time for your personal life and self-care? Really ask yourself some of these questions to kind of get a feel as to what you may need to focus more within your life to improve these areas so you can be very for sure and positive about your experiences. Mercury is square to Jupiter. Okay, this is a harder aspect. Mercury, the planet of communication, and Jupiter, the planet of expansion and optimism. But like, think with hope for the future and optimism, but don't leave out the important information. Look at the possibilities and take in consideration of the realistic obstacles to best navigate this transit. The North Node is conjunct Chiron. Now, Chiron is the wounded healer, the North Node being an Aries, and this is all around our warrior energy, but it's also our ego. And it's our energy and our vitality to push things forward and make things happen. And as a humanity, it's time for healing and spiritual growth. It's healing of our egos. We were seeing the world for what it was, and now for what it is. It has changed a lot. We know a lot more now than we did before. And our ego was trained from the old world because, you know, our parents passed down their information and their fears and, you know, their conditioning. And then our ego's going through a transformation with it all. Like, have you ever heard that saying, like, oh, I was born and then I grew up and now I have to unfuck myself from what my parents have taught me? Because we start out in this world as pure, innocent children. And then we get fucked over by conditioning, society, our parents sometimes. We are going through a transformation here. And Pluto is really, really initiating this transformation with humanity. We all need to come together and understand that we are all on the same earth. We're experiencing all of the same shifts here on Earth as far as like the weather changes from the Earth's magnetic pole shifting. And we're going to need each other more than ever because we got a little taste of what it was to have the illusion stripped, and we were seeing the reality of this existence when COVID was around and everything was shut down and we were sitting with our own selves. We're going to learn more and more about what that is. And it's good to take some time to meditate and be alone and not be so stimulated by the phones and distracted by the illusion. I mean, even at restaurants, there's an illusion, right? And so I'm going to go ahead and read the inside degrees, the Sabian symbol for 20 degrees of Aquarius. And then I'm going to pick one of my tarot cards for the wrap up of this reading. A fine silk thread strung across a chasm. Inward intention counts for everything. Outward results do not matter. You are dropped into remote places to be a subtle glue, a connecting intelligence just along the inside. Upon the outside, nothing happens. A tremendous sensibility stays tuned to subtle frequencies with celestial dispassion. You are remarkably absent from the daily rough and tumble of what seems to go on around you. Inexplicably and improbably, you indwell an otherness, an alienness, which consciously has no idea what it is doing. But when you are around Other people find that there are blessings, breakthroughs, projections, and odd phenomena adding up to the impression that one is touched by something marvelous and strange. Being an empty, open vessel for the cosmic and inhibiting foreground consciousness, not at all. Just being there. Nothing else is asked. So that was that. Let's go ahead and pick a card from this lovely deck that I got in Joshua Tree. A river, huh? So crazy. Aquarius is the water bearer, and it's raining a river here in the Bay Area. Whoa. Judgment. Wow. All right. Judgment it is. What? Judgment is the card. Let's see what it has to say. And it is judgments. Okay. We feel the intensity. I'm aware of myself. That's what this card's about. Judgment, awareness, self-evaluation, and authenticity. Emerging from a time of deep and careful contemplation. You've made peace with your past. Acknowledging and accepting what has been opens the field for being and becoming. You've reached a monumental milestone. No matter what you do or whether or not anyone witnesses it, your awareness is always present to observe your actions. Even if no one else does, you ultimately will judge your own actions to make sure that you can justify them before yourself. As a shift is about to take place, decide how you can continue engaging with the game of life in full authenticity. Navigating is playing board as it reveals more of itself to you by weighing the nature of your actions against your highest morals. This way, you will make purposeful moves and stand by the outcome. Okay, so the shadow, and there might be some people that the judgment reverse might apply to. So I'll go ahead and read the reversed. Don't be so judgy. Your mind is constantly commenting on your actions, assessing you negatively in most situations you find yourself in. It feels impossible to quiet the chatter, especially when you make an effort to push it away. These thoughts have power because you assume them to be true. Judgment reverse indicates invites you to consider another possibility. It asks you to tune into your objective awareness and observe your mind from a distance as if you were watching a game of chess. Once you've identified your own harsh judgments, don't judge those too. It will only make matters worse. Rather, be productive about integrating kindness into your mental conversation. Address the wounds from the past with the loving tone, even if it feels fake and implaced as you begin. The compassionate voice within might take some getting used to, but it will become steadier and feel more authentic over time. Navigating your inner playing field is this way will let you take external steps with more ease and playfulness. So the tip for this card is when you notice yourself judging others, make a conscious effort to replace your opinions with something more positive. Send others some quiet love instead. Admire their outfit or think about how much they must mean to someone else. And I love doing these kinds of exercises too. One that I felt was a really good one to do is if you think something about someone in a judging way, just replace it with yourself. Turn it around, because when we judge others, we're judging ourselves. Or when we're seeing something we don't like in others, most likely it's something that we don't like within ourselves. Or it's a shadow aspect of ourselves in which that we've already healed and worked through. But we need to understand that everyone is on their own timeline and their own awakening and their own healing. So we shouldn't be judging people. But that is all I have for you. If you are interested in meeting up and doing a paint art class downtown Martinez, February 18th at 2 o'clock, I'm hosting a paint and sift at the tasting room. It's wine tasting. It's going to be pretty amazing. Also, on February 10th, I will be in Point Richmond at 11 to 3:30. There is this funky clothing bash that's happening down at the Baltic. There's going to be like roughly around 7 vendors. They're going to be selling like used clothing, costumes, jewelry, repurposed, recycled clothing, and free appetizers and wine. And I'll be there doing mini readings for $10. So make sure to bring your birth information. And I'll see what comes through for you. If you would like a reading from me or some coaching, you can go over to my website, www.lucidlivingmovement.com. Keep loving yourself, because when you love yourself, you'll start to feel that love for others. Peace out, your Lucid Living Coach.